Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the new trailer for My Adventures with Superman. That is for season 2. We've got some brand new reveals about major characters who are going to be appearing, including Supergirl and Lex Luthor. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so if you want me to cover more My Adventures with Superman, I previously made a few videos. I would love to cover season 2. It's premiering with a 2-part episode, so it's going to be roughly an hour long, probably a bit shorter than that, including adverts. And this hour-long special is going to be premiering on Toonami before it premieres the next day on Max. And so it's going to be at midnight till 1 AM, so I don't know what time zone that is, but I presume it's Eastern time. And so it feels kind of out of nowhere that they dropped this season 2 trailer. This trailer dropped just a couple of days ago and I really wanted to break it down. There is so much, there is so many characters and so many DC Easter eggs that I want to point out in this video. And I feel like even if you didn't watch the whole of season 1, you guys can watch this video and get hyped for what is happening in season 2, because it includes some of the biggest characters in DC showing up in this show. Okay, so let's go through the trailer bit by bit as we break it down and tell you guys what is happening. So the trailer showcases the return of Clark, Lois and Jimmy. They all obviously were the main characters in season 1, so they're back. They look pretty similar. Nothing's changed in terms of the animation, but there are returning villains who are included in the trailer, which includes a look at Deathstroke. He is going to be in a fair bit of this season. Don't know exactly how much, but I spotted him in at least 2 shots. He's there later with Amanda Waller, which we'll talk about in a bit because that is a significant scene. But I also spotted Parasite in the trailer. Parasite did appear in season 1. They're going to be reappearing in this season. I reckon Deathstroke is going to be more of an important character than Parasite. I think Parasite is going to be, you know, just a small villain that's going to appear just for like 1 episode maximum. And also there is the return of Livewire, who likewise appeared in season 1. Again, don't think Livewire is going to be a big bit in this season, but she does face off against Superman in one of the shots in the trailer. And so I think all of these returning villains, and there's probably going to be more, they're all going to be returning to supposedly try and take down Superman once again, just kind of like what we normally get with like the Arrowverse shows, where you would have like a villain of the week, and those villain of the weeks would sometimes reappear and they would try and take down the main superheroes, and obviously in this case it's Superman. And so let's talk about the criticisms that people had of season 1, that it was like too teenagery. People didn't like everything about what they did, and so I don't think that's been fully addressed. I think they're actually going full in on that kind of more childish tone rather than something more serious, like I guess Young Justice was a bit more serious. So if you didn't like season 1, I'm not sure if you're going to like season 2 more than you like season 1, because it seems to be very fitting in terms of staying with that same tone. And also people had complaints about there being too many villains that are mech based, so they're all robots and, you know, they all have these big suits of armor, rather than having like any physical threat, maybe some aliens who are going to take down Superman just based on their pure strength rather than using tech. And so I think they've actually addressed that. There's definitely some characters that we're going to talk about that are going to be more along that line. Obviously we've got Brainiac in this trailer, which is definitely going to be the main villain of the season in my opinion. I could be wrong about that, but in the trailer you do see Brainiac with an army of Brainiac robots, so I guess that doesn't really fit into the idea of there being less mech villains, because yeah, he's using those robots, but at the end of the day Brainiac is an actual alien. And so I think at one point in the season surely Superman is going to come face to face with the physical Brainiac. And actually, fun fact, the actor who is playing Brainiac is actually Michael Emerson, who appeared in Arrow. You guys might remember him from various episodes, but yeah, he played a pretty big role. And he is going to be voicing Brainiac as heard in the trailer, and Brainiac is definitely going to be a main threat in this season according to what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. But one of the other threats is going to be Alex, who was revealed last season. People speculated that Alex is actually Lex Luthor, and I'm quite surprised they revealed this in the trailer, but Alex comes out and says he is Lex Luthor. So Lex will be in season 2 It is Alex, who you saw in season 1. He doesn't look like your typical Lex Luthor, so I bet you there's going to be some people complaining about that. A lot of people have complaints about this show, but a lot of people love the show. And so he's actually featured with Amanda Waller in one scene in the trailer. And so Amanda is back from season 1, and she's recruiting Lex Luthor, along with Deathstroke, it looks like in the trailer, to join the Suicide Squad. And we're potentially going to see a bit of them this season. Again, I don't know, how they're going to balance this. I actually don't remember the episode count, but clearly there's going to be a lot of episodes because there's so many characters, so many villains, so many heroes that are going to be appearing in this show that you definitely need time to focus on Lex, but also focus on Brainiac, who I suppose is the main villain. So we actually, in the trailer, got a new look at a villain who wasn't featured in season 1, that being Atomic Skull. So they're a Superman villain from the comics, and they actually appeared in a comic book called The Adventures of Superman. So I think that's quite fitting that they would show up in My Adventures with Superman. And so Atomic Skull is going to probably be a smaller villain, as I said about a couple of other villains like Parasite, Livewire. I reckon they just wanted to introduce a couple of new villains that weren't previously seen on the show. Superman even fights a parademon in this. Now, this actually got me excited when I saw the trailer, because with a introduction of the parademon, and it's pretty clear that it's a parademon based on, how they've animated parademons in recent DC animated projects, that could they be actually teasing Darkseid to appear at some point in season 2, or is that going to be a storyline that comes in season 3? We know that there is a season 3 after season 2, which is obviously good news, and so they can plan for further stories. So with the introduction of a parademon, you would presume there is boom tubes at play in season 2, so that's how the parademons and Darkseid normally travel around the universe. And so could we see Darkseid? Like, is there a chance? Let me know down in the comments below if you think we're going to actually see one of DC's biggest villains showing up in season 2. So it's very exciting to see a parademon at play fighting Superman. So quite honestly, he's going to be taking down a lot of villains in the season. It's going to be really tough for him to juggle all of this. And yeah, he's not going to be doing it alone. He's going to have the help of some familiar faces that you've seen in season 1 and some new faces. So let's talk about those new faces as we head towards the end of this video and the end of this trailer breakdown. So the final shot reveals what looks like Steel, aka John Henry Irons, who most recently we've seen in live action in Superman and Lois. So John Henry Irons is Steel in the comics, and Steel is a big character, normally a character that helps Superman and is based in Metropolis. And so I'm pretty damn sure that is him that you're seeing on the screen right here. So I think that's actually a really cool new addition, if that is actually Steel. And as I said, I'm like 99% confident that it is John Henry Irons in the trailer. And so it looks like they're going to be helping Superman this season, fighting the villains in Metropolis. Obviously, as I said, there's going to be so many villains, so we'll see which one he helps to take down. But the major part that everyone's been freaking out about is the ending of this trailer, because we got a first look at Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, for the very first time in My Adventures with Superman. Now, I'm not exactly sure who is voicing Supergirl, but nevertheless, I am so excited. You guys know I'm a Supergirl fan, and any project she shows up in, I'm excited for. So she's revealed at the end of the trailer, and she's definitely going to play a big part in this season, because this was a rumor for a while now, and now it's been confirmed. She's definitely going to play a big part of that Brainiac Krypton storyline, because in the trailer, Brainiac talks about rebuilding the Kryptonian Empire, and that's why I say I think Brainiac's going to be the big bad of this season, and she's clearly going to be arriving for the very first time, and they're going to get to know each other, that being Superman and Supergirl, and they're definitely going to have to take Brainiac down together. And I think Supergirl will have some more valuable information about Brainiac than Superman already knows right now, because as we all know in the comics and in the TV show, Superman arrives at Earth as a baby, so he's not old enough to remember anything back on Krypton, and Supergirl in the comics and in the Supergirl TV show is sent to protect her cousin, but gets knocked off course, and that's why she ends up coming to Earth later. And so she would definitely have knowledge of Brainiac, she would have more knowledge of Krypton, and I think she can definitely help Clark in stopping this Brainiac that we're going to be seeing in this season, played by Arrow's Michael Emerson. So yeah, this is gonna be insane. I can't wait for season 2. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more Superman videos in terms of my adventures with Superman as season 2 comes out later this month. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. It would really help out if you could leave a like and a comment, and also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos, especially if you're new around here and if you want to see more of my adventures with Superman content. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.